All right, let's get this going. What's going on, folks?
Recording in
I hope
progress.
you are well. What is going on? This is Courtney Rollins from the Life and Transitions Experts podcast here with another episode that is going to focus on folks who are going through the probate process in Durham, North Carolina, and North Carolina in general. And to be honest, there's so many principles that carry over when it comes to probate across the nation that this is probably applicable to you wherever you are. At any rate, I hope it does help you out. We do try to focus on helping people through those big transitions in life, such as estate planning and probate. And quite often, when there's property involved, we are coming in to help provide some solutions to perhaps unlocking equity or helping maintain the property, or quick convenient sale. It really depends on what your situation is, but that's where we're here to help. And so you may find yourself in a situation where you're either going through a probate, or someone in your family or someone maybe going through a probate, and they're trying to find out what this whole thing is. So probate is essentially a legal process of settling the affairs and the estate of a deceased person. Someone passes away and they have assets or debt in their name. There has to be a way to manage that to get the assets to the next of kin or to the heirs or to whoever it's supposed to go to, as well as if there's any debt or creditors or folks that are owed money from the state that has to be reconciled or at least addressed. And that's what happens in probate. Now, you may be asking, the personal representative, what is that? And it's a term that's used, that's often referred to it for the person responsible for conducting the probate. Sometimes it's more than one person. And you may hear the words executor or administrator. And what's the difference? Well, the main difference is that if you pass away, or someone passed away with a last will and testament, they quite often will identify an executor or executors in the will. If there's no last will or testament, then the will is not being probated because there's not one to be probated, and it's more an administrative probate. So it's an administrator is appointed. And so who is qualified and who's not qualified? Let's look at 6 people who are qualified to be the executor or administrator, personal representative for our conversation today. And we're going to look at 10 people who are not qualified. All right. So again, the personal representative is responsible for settling the affairs. Hey, if you're listening to this in the podcast, go check out the YouTube because we do have slides and hopefully help you understand this even more. So this is taken straight from the statute here. So 6 people who are able to be the executor or administrator are the surviving spouse of the decedent, anyone who's going to have some type of interest of receiving property, whether it's real property or personal property as dictated by the will. There's anyone who's supposed to receive property based on state succession law. So let's say there isn't a will in place, but you are the son or the grandson, and you're supposed to receive a portion. You could be the executor or the administrator. Any next of kin, if other folks have not stepped up, any creditor that has some type of debt owed to them can also become the administrator or the executor. And if no one else is available, anyone that is known to be or verified by the courts to be of good standing and good character and lives in that county can actually apply to be to probate the state. Now let's look at people who are not qualified. And there's a total of 10. So no person may serve as no serve as a representative who is under 18. So you have to be over 18. You have to be, number 2, competent. And you can't be a convicted felon your citizenship hasn't been restored. You have to be a resident, so you can't be a non-resident. If you are a non-resident, then you have to have a resident agent to represent you here to help do the services that are required. And you can't be a corporation. You also can't have committed any laws that were based on that constitute like a forfeiture of your rights. So any law or any laws basically can't break the law, and that says you can't serve in this fiduciary responsibility. You have to be able to read. You have so you can't be literate, and you have to be someone who the court deems as suitable. And you can't be designated as executor of the estate, but renounce the office. So if you choose to renounce it, you can't go back. All right. So if you guys are want support or help going through the process or trying to figure out who actually the personal representative is, or as a personal representative, you want support again, check out the State Pro Service. Feel free to sign up for a free consultation. I'm actually headed to Graham, North Carolina, family. Actually, Graham, North Carolina, and at the library before that to help another family out. So I get to help two families out today. I'm excited about being able to provide that support. All right, folks. Well, love you to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And other than that, we're going to sign off as always do, saying rising tides, they lift all sails. Cheers.
Recording stopped.
Recording stopped. Hey.